So, good morning. Thank you, Gaurav and Rajesh, for the opportunity, and thank you all of you for. Okay, sorry. Thank you all of you for showing up on the Sunday morning. I know you all guys are definitely passionate software developers because you have given your Sunday and you have given Champions Trophy final as well. So definitely, you are the people who are the face of Android, if we can say, at least in Pune. So thank you so much. You may clap for yourself. That is required. Yeah, because I was also a little bit skeptical about whether I should give this talk or not. And same as you, I have given priority to Android talk instead of Champions Trophy match. Though I will be announcing score here for all of you.
We can arrange it.
Thank you. Okay, so first of all, the topic for today's talk is Exploring On-device GenAI with Android. So before that, a brief introduction about me. Myself, Suraj Kulkarni. I am developing Android apps from last 8 years. I started with Cognizant, then I went to Mahindra and Mahindra. After spending 6 months there, I went to Fitter. How many of you know about Fitter? Am I audible at last, right?
Yes.
Okay. How many of you know Fitter? One? It's a Pune-based fitness startup, same on the similar lines of Cult Fit and Healthify. So it's here in Vimannagar itself. So I worked there for 4 years, and now I am associated with Cornerstone On Demand. Cornerstone On Demand is a US-based multinational company. We develop LMS software solutions for mostly US companies. So that's the brief introduction of me, and we can connect later for detailed introduction. We can have a chat. I can come to know what all amazing things you guys are doing. Okay, so quick check on the audience. How many of you are Android developers? Wow. It's my first talk when so many Android developers are there. Thanks to Gaurav and Rajesh. Earlier, out of passion, I know about Flutter as well. So my all previous talks were on Flutter. This is, I guess, second talk on Android. And I have been to Technologize earlier also for one of the Flutter meet. So I know Technologize as a company as well. So that's great, and thank you for the venue. So GenAI is being around from some time. AI is old. GenAI is comparatively new, and it's been here. We all are part of this transformation, and any one of you have integrated GenAI in on-device? None? Wow. Okay. So I have a lot to tell you guys now. So GenAI is, and one of the important thing which I want each one of you to do after going home is integrate at least one AI model on device. So earlier, if you remember, mobiles were new. Multimedia functionality was not there. Only calling was the primary purpose. The hardware capabilities improved, and then now mobile does everything apart from calling. So rarely we do network calling, right? We WhatsApp call, we video call. So those are becoming more common compared to our traditional GSM calling. So similar ways, it's my belief that AI systems will also get distributed. So definitely AI is going to come to your device. How long you will be calling APIs? Yes, API calling, server-side calling will be there, but mostly it is going to come down to your mobile, and the model size will be reduced, hardware capabilities will be increasing, and the things which can be done locally will be done locally for various benefits which on-device models provide, which we will talk about in a while. So after this session, I would request, or I would rather recommend all of you to at least integrate. I will tell you all the possible ways which on-device GenAI has as of today, and I want you to integrate at least one on-device, any of the on-device model in your Android app. One more disclaimer before we start. I am not an AI/ML engineer. Don't ask me those questions. I don't know anything. I am as good as you guys are there in that field. So definitely you can ask the questions. I will check with one of my friend who is an AI/ML expert, and I will get back to you with the answer. But don't expect answers related to AI/ML queries in this session itself. Another thing is, in this session we don't have much related to coding, because you all are Android developers, you have used Android APIs. It's more or less same. You have a function, you have an API provided by some SDK, and you need to call that API to generate some response, to initialize some model. So more or less those parameters are same. The way is also same. We all are familiar with flow and coroutine now, so it's not a very technical thing. But let's make this session more interactive. Let's exchange thoughts and understand what all beautiful use cases we can derive using on-device models. So rather making this session a monotonous, let's have an interactive session, and I would like to know your thoughts. What do you think about on-device GenAI, and what things are coming in your mind as I explain the possibilities which are there on the on-device GenAI. So that's the brief start of the session. Any questions so far? Good? Okay. So this will be the brief agenda of today's session. First I will explain what is on-device AI, then we will talk about on-device GenAI. There is a difference. Available models for on-device GenAI, then we will talk about Gemini Nano, then the Gemma 2B model, which uses media pipe LLM inference API, then what all use cases could be there, where we will discuss, and then I will show a quick demo. Its demo is nothing but a sample application running in my device, and then we will have a question and answer session. Okay. Okay. So what is on-device AI? On-device AI is there from quite some time. How many of you have used, or let me ask, how many of you have developed an on-device AI app? अच्छा, किसी ने develop, हाँ, which model have you implemented?
TensorFlow.
TensorFlow. Which model?
No, it was a TensorFlow object detection.
Object detection. Okay.
Same, it was on a Code Labs, TensorFlow lab.
Okay. So yes, this is. Acha, tell me, how many of you have used the on-device AI? सबने यूज किया है? कहाँ पे किया? Any?
Auto correction.
No, it is a Gen AI. AI. Snapchat. Face recognition, वो filters apply करते हैं face पे. It's a AI tool where your face points are detected. Then कोका कोला, अगर आपको याद होगा कि वो कोका कोला के ढक्कन के नीचे एक कोड आता था बहुत पहले, और उसका फोटो निकाल के आपको भेजना पड़ता था. अगर वो मैच होता है तो फिर आपको लकी ड्रॉ कूपन ऐसे कुछ मिलता था. तो there also they were using AI to convert that number into the digital number, और फिर उसको वो लोग मैच करके आपको का जो लकी ड्रॉ का जो सिस्टम था वहाँ पे वो लोग AI यूज करते थे. So ऐसे there are many use cases where you guys must have used on-device AI. So TensorFlow के I have a list, मैं दिखाता हूँ अगले स्लाइड पे है, where there are multiple use cases which we have been using from last 6-7 years, and this is not GenAI, this is purely AI running on your local device, and this is very simple to integrate. इसके लिए कोई AI/ML के नॉलेज की जरूरत नहीं है. As rightly you said, that TF Lite models are there. Just download the model, keep it in your local device, use the API, and develop your apps. So these are some benefits which on-device AI offers. So जैसे runs locally on your device, you don't have to make any API call, आपके local machine पे run होता है. Then faster response time to compare to cloud. Obviously, when you use server API, everything changes. आपको API कॉल करना पड़ेगा, नेटवर्क स्ट्रेंथ अच्छा होना चाहिए, मल्टीपल पैरामीटर्स आर देयर. ऑन डिवाइस में तो मॉडल इज रनिंग लोकली ऑन योर CPU, सो नो नेटवर्क कॉल इन्वॉल्व, ऑफलाइन भी चलता है. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज ऑफलाइन, इंटरनेट अवेलेबल नहीं है, स्टिल यू विल बी एबल टू डिराइव दोज यूज केसेस फ्रॉम द मॉडल. एंड लो कॉस्ट, नो कॉस्ट. वंस यू हैव द मॉडल, देयर इज नो कॉस्ट इन्वॉल्वड. Because it's running in your hardware and you are the owner of that mobile, so no hardware cost is involved. So ये अच्छा, these are if you scan this QR code, it will redirect you to Kaggle, and you will be able to see all the list of models which supports on-device AI. So इसको स्कैन करोगे ना, कैगल की वेबसाइट पे जाएगा, वहाँ से आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हो मॉडल्स, बट यू नीड टू साइन अप फॉर दैट, एंड देन दोज मॉडल्स यू कैन यूज इन योर एप्स. इसलिए मैंने एक क्विक रेफरेंस के लिए दे दिया, कैगल की वेबसाइट है, एंड वो फिल्टर्स है वहाँ पे, मैंने फिल्टर अप्लाई करके दिया है. Yes. So here are the capabilities of on-device AI. अपन ने तो एक दो ही डिस्कस की. So this is the list. You have object detection. Object detection means if camera is open, your device's camera is open, and you point it to a scene. So all the available objects are bounded with the bounding box. That is object detection. Image classification means you give it a 10 images and given two categories and requested model to classify the images into one of the category. That is classification. Image segmentation means you have a image. Suppose I click your photo. So in your photo, to identify the face separately, your hairs separately, so that is image segmentation. Interactive image segmentation is more interesting. Interactive image segmentation means you have a photo, suppose this is the photo where a bottle is there and a sanitizer is there. I can click on one of the item to segment that particular part from that image. So this helps in background removal. आपको किसी फोटो का बैकग्राउंड रिमूव करना है तो वो इंटरेक्टिव इमेज सेगमेंटेशन यूज होता है, जहाँ से आप जो आपको रिमूव करना है वो आगे का पार्ट रिमूव कर सकते हो, बचा हुआ बैकग्राउंड रिमूव कर सकते हो. तो इंटरेक्टिव इमेज सेगमेंटेशन, जेस्चर रिकग्निशन. सो बहुत सारे आजकल कौन से गूगल के क्लासेस थे, दे यूजेस you need to do some finger movements, so that is where gesture recognition comes. Your hand actions are recognized. Then hand landmark detection. Landmark detection means you have this palm, so these points are detected, and then you can calculate the different values, and accordingly you can predict what action the user is doing. So वो hand landmark detection है. Image embedding, I cannot recall. Face detection means there is a photo where there is a person, and then there are other things in the that same image. The person's face will be identified. The bounding box will be around the face. That is face detection. अच्छा, face detection से I remember a very beautiful use case which I had developed in my previous company. Let me share with that, so you will understand in a better way how on-device AI can be used. So in my previous company, there was a requirement from the owner. They want to develop a game. So how many of you have played Temple Run? और वो दूसरा वाला कौन सा है? Subway Surfer, yes. So Subway Surfer, correct. Subway Surfer, you all might have played. So the use case was we all play that game using our fingers, but the requirement was to play the game with your face. So it was a fitness company, so the owner doesn't want people to stick to the mobile. So instead he wants people to move, so that they will have some movement, and there is not a lot of space is not required. So he wanted us to develop a game where a mobile will be placed from some distance, and then the camera will be started on the background, and the game will start, and you need to move on left hand side to move the character in the game to the left hand side, and to the right hand side to move the character in the right hand side, and similarly for duck and jump. So this was the requirement. I used face detection for that. How? So from the camera feed, I need to skip few frames, because on every frame if I keep computing, the preview will lag. So I decided at some frequency I will pick one frame from the camera feed, and I will identify the face on that frame. So where is person located? I will draw a bounding box, imaginary bounding box around the user's face, and then that will be the threshold for me. So if I move to the left hand side, if I move left hand side, my face will be detected, and if that face is beyond that threshold, a signal will be triggered to Unity. So Unity integration was also there, because good games cannot be developed using native Android development. So a Unity developer was involved, and we integrated, and then Unity cannot have a camera feed, so that is a native capability. So face detection and the signal to the Unity was my part, and moving the character according to the signal was the responsibility of the developer. So the imaginary bounding box was drawn around the face, and if the face is on the left hand side of that bounding box, I will send a signal to the Unity side. There was a mechanism, and the character will move to the left hand side. So, and this was the story of 2019. So if at that time, this, you all can think that this is a near real time face recognition. So at that time, mobile devices power was not that great as we have today. So at that time also, where was the AI was there, and the speed of the AI was also this good. That if I move to the left, the calculation would be done, and signal will be sent, and the character will move to the left hand side in near real time. The delay was very less. I guess it was around 500 milliseconds or something. So that kind of use case we had developed at that time, though it didn't made to the production, but the POC kind of thing we did. So this was very beautiful use case which I remember on face detection. And this was the story of 2019. So right now mobiles are very fast, models have also optimized. So I request every one of you to at least give it a try. You will enjoy it. Then there is a face landmark detection. Face landmark detection also I had used to recognize a person. It's not a very good method, but I had used that to unlock a device. So we had a custom Android ROM into a embedded device where they want to unlock that device by recognizing the face. So there face landmark detection I had used. Pose landmark detection was used. This also I have used for. So if someone is doing some exercise, so suppose I am doing push-ups, so the repetition counter was needed. How many reps that person had done. So I had used pose landmark detection for that. So using I guess 22 points where 32 points are 32 points are returned by pose landmark detection. So your body's 32 points are returned by this model, and using those points you can detect whether a repetition is completed or not. In the similar way, the way I explained the previous example, taking the feed from the camera and checking what was the previous point, what is the next point, and so there was a lot of logic involved. Face stylization is same. It is जो हम filter लगाते हैं ना, the filters we use on the faces, that is face stylization. So these are the few on-device AI capabilities which are old now. Now we have come to GenAI. These are still there, and these are improving day by day. So models have improved, devices have improved, and if you have any use case in your mind, or if you think you can recommend any feature to your employer based on these available capabilities, it will be a win-win situation for you. So this is about on-device AI. Let's look at on-device GenAI. Okay. So on-device GenAI is nothing but on-device GenAI is nothing but the generative AI, which is new. So we all are aware. How many of you? Definitely, you all must have used the ChatGPT like tool. Everybody, right? Nobody is in this room who doesn't know. Thank God. So this is the in on-device GenAI. The model is placed in your memory, in your hard, actually not in memory, but in your hard disk. And then when app is loaded, that is moved to your memory, and from there the calculations are done. Currently, as of today, on-device AI only supports text-related activities. Multimodality is not there. So you cannot mix image and text, or video and text, or you cannot even request to generate the image from the generative AI model. Only text-based generation is possible on-device GenAI. But with Gemini Nano, which I will be talking in a while, they are coming up with some use case where you can at least ask questions based on an image. So text-based generation means all text-related activities. You can chat with the model. You can ask model to summarize a text. You can ask model to predict a text. You can ask model. You can give a PDF or a document to the model and ask questions based on that given document. So all textual activities can be done on-device. Though you need to be very careful. ये धोखेबाज है. So इसके ऊपर ज़्यादा जाओ मत क्योंकि this is good, but the prompt engineering is very important in on-device GenAI, because these models are reduced size models. So इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें अभी these are trained on less than 2 billion parameters, not more than that. And now you have models with 400 parameters, 425 parameters, 600 parameters, 700 parameters. So compared to that, 2 billion parameters is very less. So these models can give you false answers sometimes. So whenever you integrate this model in your apps, always add a note that this feature is in beta, might give some faulty answers. So otherwise you will be in trouble. I am sharing this experience because I had faced one such problem when I integrated one of these models in one of our app. So be careful when integrating these models, but definitely to stay ahead of time, you can start integrating these models. Now, the next point is what all possible ways are there by which you can integrate on-device models in your app. So these are the available models. So on-device GenAI, on-device GenAI is supported by 2 companies as of today. Many companies will be coming. One is by Google and another is by Meta. Google has 2 different sections or 2 different models, you can say. One is Gemini series of model, one is Gemma series of model. Anybody knows difference between Gemini and Gemma? So Gemini are their flagship models or proprietary commercial models. So जो सुंदर पिचाई Gemini बात करता रहता है. These models are integrated into their apps. So अगर email लिख रहे हो और वो prompt कर रहा है आगे, that is a Gemini model working behind that. So that is the Gemini. Gemma are more open source models. So those models which are open sourced by Google, those will come under the Gemma list of models. So open source या फिर research के लिए भी बोल सकते हैं. So those people who want to do some research on artificial intelligence or who want to use these models and customize those models on their own data set. So those models will come under Gemma. So currently Gemini series में we have Nano, Gemini Nano. पता है सब लोगों को Gemini Nano? सुना है किसी ने? So Gemini Nano is their commercial model. वो अभी experimental phase में है and you can experiment with it, but उसमें एक ही drawback है कि you need to have Pixel 9 series device. बाकी किसी भी device में they have not given even for the experiment. So if you have Google Pixel 9 and above, then you can experiment with that model. The Nano 1.0. तो मेरे पास नहीं है, so I couldn't check that model by myself. But if any one of you have, I would like to connect and we can at least try what is the performance. क्योंकि in Gemini Nano you don't have to download the model. It is done by Google. जैसे हम dependency ऐड करते हैं और फिर वो ऐड होता है system service.
Can you test on this device?
Yes.
Can you test on this device?
This is Google 9 Pixel. Okay. We'll talk after the session.
Right now?
I have no. So there is a list of steps. वो इतना simple नहीं है. I will tell you. There is a slide on Gemini Nano as well. So there are many things which you need to do. उसमें मेरा लॉगिन करना पड़ेगा या आपका भी लॉगिन कर सकते हैं और उसमें फिर टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस एक्सेप्ट करने पड़ते हैं और 5-6 स्टेप्स है उसके. So all those steps you need to do, then only you will be able to integrate Gemini Nano 1.0. Gemma अपने काम का है. Gemma, here we have Gemma 2B. This is available. Everyone can integrate. Performance I don't know between Nano and Gemma because Nano मैंने use नहीं किया है. But this is on 2 billion tokens and Gemma 2 is next version with the same 2 billion parameters. So Gemma 2 2B and Gemma 2B. Then there is a Gemma 7B which is on 7 billion token. But Gemma 7B you cannot use on mobile. It is meant for high-end laptops. But it will still come under on-device because laptop में when you integrate in your web app, it will load in your Chrome browser. So it will still be a on-device GenAI. 7B is meant for high-end model, high-end laptops. And here we have list of models by by Meta under Llama series of models. So Llama 3.2, Llama 3.2 in BF16 and then Llama 3.1 8 billion and Llama 3 8 billion. So these two are supported on device and these are I guess I know these are not supported on mobile devices but web apps you can integrate. So this is important. We are going to check today Gemini APIs. I will let you know what all APIs are there and how you can integrate. Then there is Gemma and then we will talk. I guess Llama I don't have. Llama's code I have, but then they also have. They don't have ready-made model. मैं बताता हूँ. So this is today's status of on-device AI, on-device GenAI. If you want to have on-device GenAI, all these are possibilities. You can take picture if you want because this is collected data. Okay, so this is about Gemini Nano. So Google has introduced AI Core SDK. सेम ऑनलाइन उसकी डिपेंडेंसी मिल जाएगी. वो डिपेंडेंसी आपको आपके बिल्ड ग्रेडल फाइल में डालनी पड़ती है. सो वंस यू एडेड दैट डिपेंडेंसी यू विल बी एबल टू एक्सेस द Gemini Nano model. This is the simple architecture of Gemini Nano. There your app is sitting and this is the SDK which they have developed to access the model. और AI Core करके they are adding one specific. They have already added. So on all the high-end Samsung के जो top devices है, even OnePlus के भी जो top devices हैं, उन सब में your latest devices all are AI enabled. Means they have all the hardware required to run an AI model. So that is there in the AI Core, and LoRa is your custom. If you have some custom data set जिसके ऊपर आपको वो मॉडल को ट्रेन किया हुआ है आपने वो मॉडल, तो वो वाले उसके फाइल्स वहाँ पे लगते हैं. Gemini Nano is already there. सेफ्टी फीचर इज सेफ्टी नेट की हेड स्पीच वगैरह जनरेट नहीं करना चाहिए मॉडल में. दैट इज सेफ्टी फीचर. एंड दिस TPU NPU एक्सेलेरेटर इज द हार्डवेयर पीस. So this is how you will initialize the Gemini model. Only in this room he can do because he has the Google 9. The Google Pixel 9. यहाँ पे once you add the dependency, these functions will be available. The generative model, then a generative model is a custom class. So it is there in the sample application. Generative model जो दिख रहा है ना, visible है ना, कि नहीं दिख रहा? Zoom करो. So ये generative model जो class है, that is created, but generation config ये जो function है, it is available in the SDK. You need to pass application context to it, then you need to give the temperature, top K and maximum output tokens. So ये क्या parameters है? Let's understand. So temperature defines how accurate answer you want. So if you give less temperature, the answer will be accurate, but creativity will not be there. But if you increase the temperature, creativity will be there, but answer will be vague. So जैसे आपको किसी चीज के लिए summary चाहिए, so if you have paragraph, उसकी आपको summary चाहिए. You don't want any creativity in that. You don't want to add mod. You don't want model to add some false information from its side. So तब आप temperature कम रखोगे. But if you have some random topic, tell me something about cricket. So there the model can show its creativity. At that time you need to increase the temperature. That is temperature. Top K means it limits the top rated probability. Means so when a model runs, it generates multiple possibilities. So if you all know how generative AI model works, they predict the next possible word. So when the model reads what are the previous words, and it has multiple options, like these 10 words could come as a next possible outcome. So out of that next 10 possible, how many next possible words you want to generate? That is means by top K. So कितनी possibilities generate करनी है? 10 करनी है, 5 करनी है, 3 करनी है. So that defines your top K. समझ में नहीं आया होगा तो मैं एक बार फिर से बताऊंगा. So it limits the number of so actually this is not my domain, so मेरे को थोड़ा इसमें confusion है, but still I will let you know. It limits the number of top rank tokens considered for sampling during generation. So the model ranks all possible net tokens for probability, but it considers only top K or top whatever number you give for the selection. तो उसमें से कौन सा सेलेक्ट करना है वो डिसाइड करने के लिए आपको वो नंबर देना पड़ता है. समझ में आया क्या? नहीं, एक बार और बताऊं. समझ में आया?
You're talking about top K tokens.
Top K tokens means it's an integer which you need to
So
give.
basically, tokens is basically the characters which it is generating.
Correct.
And the top K, I'm guessing it is a request which we are putting
No.
into the model.
Those are input tokens. That is different.
Okay.
Top K is to, so how these models are working behind the scenes is it are generating next possible word. So when a model runs, so if you have written some sentence and what is the possible next word, it will generate a list of models. and out of that list, it picks the word which has the highest probability of coming down. But how many probabilities you want to generate, that is defined by the top k. So that is top k. Then maximum output tokens is what you said. How many tokens are not actually characters, that is some ML term. It is near to the character but not exactly character. Sometimes the number of tokens are equal to some number of characters, but not always. Number of tokens can be more and number of characters can be less. So what is that? How the token is defined, I am still exploring, I am still confused, because I know this much that number of characters are not number of tokens, but somewhere near that.
But
So-
these models charge based on the tokens, right?
Correct.
And, tokens in layman terms is a character.
Layman terms you can say, but those are not number of characters exactly. So how many maximum tokens you want to generate to an input is maximum number of tokens. So this is how the response will be generated. So this is how the response will be generated, where a request string is coming to this function generate content, and there are two options. You can stream the response to give a chat-like experience to the user, that is streaming. So that there is a one variable which says use streaming. So if that is enabled, the model will generate the content stream and the response will come here, response.text, and it will append to the existing result to give it a bot-like experience. The next character is being generated. And then if it is not streaming, then it is one-shot generation. So the request is given to this model, and then the direct response is generated, which is added to the some list. The content adapter is there, and to this adapter, this response is added. So this is so I told you earlier also. This is very simple. There is no much coding is required. The traditional coding of showing list and only that part is required. But from the API perspective, there is not much complications involved in this. So the previous example was for using Gemini Nano 1.0, which is commercial model of the Google, and this is the Gemma model which we are going to see in the demo as well, where these are pre-converted models which are readily available to use directly. So to get started, start with the Gemma model, and to compare the models, go with these supported models. So what is this? I will tell you. MediaPipe LLM Inference API is an SDK which help you access any model, which is supported by MediaPipe. So आप ऐसे कह सकते हो कि MediaPipe Inference API is an wrapper, and this wrapper will help you generate output from any of the model. So जो Gemma के सीरीज है वो तो उसके लिए तो you have ready-made .bin model available, वो आप Kaggle से डाउनलोड कर लो, आपके डिवाइस में सेव कर लो और यूज कर लो. But apart from that, this using same API. So आपने अगर एक बार ये रैपर आपके ऐप में इंटीग्रेट कर लिया, you can switch models and check the performance. So आप एक ऐसा इंटरफेस भी बना सकते हो जिसके अंदर you can select the model and check the response. तो how many of you have used AI in your development practices? Development के लिए. So वहाँ पे आपने देखा होगा कि if you have used Copilot or any of the wrapper, So they give you option to switch the model. So you can switch the model and check which model is giving better answer. मैंने खुद भी I am using कोडी करके एक tool है source graph का which our company has provided to us. So वो tool के अंदर you can switch the models. So many a times I see जो sonnet है Claude वो अच्छा आंसर देता है. Many a times I see ChatGPT is giving better answer. So you can try with. So if you are not, if any model is not giving you accurate answer, two things you can do: switch model or change the prompt. Sometimes prompt is also bad. So prompt change करोगे तो अच्छा आंसर मिल सकता है, नहीं तो model switch करो. So in the same way, if you integrate Media5 LLM inference API in your app, you can run any of these models. So Gemma के models हैं, Phi2 है, Microsoft का Stable LM है, Stability AI का, Falcon भी है और PyTorch के models भी हैं. But to access these models, these are not readily available. मतलब इसका ऐसा नहीं है कि ये प्री ट्रेंड या प्री बिल्ड मॉडल नहीं है, आपको उन्हें बिल्ड करना पड़ेगा. उसके भी कुछ स्टेप्स हैं, वो आज मैं एक्सप्लेन नहीं करूंगा. बट दीज आर नॉट रेडीली अवेलेबल. बट जेमा के मॉडल्स यू कैन जस्ट, आपको एक फाइल है वो डाउनलोड करनी है एंड यू कैन रन सिंपली. सो दिस इज द कॉन्फ़िगरेशन फॉर जेमा. तो मैं उसमें भी दिखाता हूँ आपको कोड में. अभी यहाँ पे LLM. So once you add the dependency of Media5 LLM inference SDK, these methods will be available to you. LLM inference options. So if you see, जो Gemini का wrapper था और जो ये wrapper है, it's taking similar parameters. तो model का path, here the model is local. Gemini में there was no model path because Google was providing you that model. तो वो आपके डिवाइस में ऑलरेडी, जैसे आपकी कोई सिस्टम सर्विस होती है वो आप डाउनलोड करते हो बाद में एनेबल करके, सिमिलरली ये मॉडल भी डाउनलोड होगा फ्रॉम गूगल स्टोरेज Gemini Nano. बट जेमा यू नीड टू, सो इसका ऑब्वियसली यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू कीप दिस मॉडल इन योर ऐप while shipping the app because it will increase the app size. So definitely you need to place it on your server somewhere, and then on the runtime when user is requesting for that feature, you need to download that model and place it somewhere. So the model path is required where that model is located on your device. The max tokens which you want to generate, and then preferred backend. This is for future, this is currently not used. There are multiple types of backend while running model, but this is currently not used. Then how you want to listen to the result. So partial results are coming, and then here the options are created. Using that options, here LLM inference is created, and from that LLM inference you can from that inference you can create the session. So this session is created using that options, LLM inference and the session option. और इस next slide में है, इस session को use करके you can generate the response. So this is the generate response function for generating the response. So here there are two methods. This is one shot method which will give you response in one single string, and here the async response which will give you that chatbot kind of or a typing kind of feeling. So these two methods are there. So this is about token. This is about Gemma series of model. Demo. You want to see demo, right? To have the device. तो अभी मेरे पास एक ही मॉडल है which is Gemma CPU. So if you have different models for GPU and CPU. So if your device supports GPU, you need to have a different model for better performance, and then there is a CPU model also. तो अभी in this device I have Gemma CPU. अच्छा वो भी दिखाता हूँ कहाँ पे लग रहा है. Show you that also. This is the device explorer. You see under data, local, temp, LLM. So this is the model which I am using, which is of 1.3 GB. And this is another model which I was experimenting. But currently in the app, Gemma 2B CPU model is being used. तो ये लोकल रखा है and see if you see my device is on aeroplane mode and still we are accessing this local model. This is all offline. So if you can do things with local model, what is the need of chat GPT? तो जो काम आप इससे कर सकते हो तो there is no necessity of using the server type model. So जो छोटा काम है, small things which you can do with this model, कितना बड़ा response generate कर रहा है. Any specific questions you want me to ask? इसको टेस्ट कर लेते हैं. Yes.
Just want to know, is it getting trained as well?
No.
And second is how about security? Since you are taking some time to need to pass sensitive information by that.
No problem. This is offline. It's completely offline. Everything stays in your device itself. No security issue. Not a single request went to the server. Even after when you go online. After this, if you go online, nothing is sent to the server. This is running on your hardware. Any specific question you want me to ask? Let's test this.
What will be the app size when I add this model in my application?
That's what I said. You don't have to integrate the model in your APK, ABB. It will go once it's shipped to the customer. It should get downloaded from your storage, from your backend. And the SDK size is not much, so it will not increase. Yes.
Actually, on-device
extra resources of
Correct. Yes, definitely. It uses extra resources of your device, and it is possibility that your device will get heated if you continuously use it for a longer duration. For 1, 2, 3 or simple use cases, it won't get, because I never felt this hot. I have been using this from quite some while. But if you use it continuously for 1 hour or more, it will drain battery as well, and the device will get heat also. It consumes your RAM and CPU.
So since we are storing it on specific one with that password parameter,
Yes.
so will it be downloaded at the beginning of the application at the splash?
It depends when you want to download it. Usually, you don't download the app when user installs it, because it shows the high disk consumption in the settings. So when user access that particular feature, then only you should download the model. It shouldn't get downloaded at the first place itself. Suppose there is a feature which clicks, you need to show some loader, or you can ask user to come back after 5 minutes, and by that time you should download the model. When user is trying to access that particular, because your app has 10 features, and if this is a primary feature, then you are correct. If your app is targeting the GenAI use case, that is the purpose of the app, then you need to download it at the first
Since its
place.
size is 2 GB or something, it will take some time.
It will take some time to download, yes. It depends upon network strength. Then you need to check whether mobile is connected to Wi-Fi or not. Because if you download it on the mobile network, user might not like it. That check you need to add.
User also has to wait until it downloads.
Yes, user have to wait.
Minimum SDK?
31. Any question for this?
Does it
Yes.
support only English?
No. No. Let's try. But as far as I remember, it responds in Hindi as well. उसको ट्रांसलेट कर दो.
डायरेक्ट ट्रांसलेशन ही निकालने को बोलो उसको.
नहीं, actually I am not sure in this sample उन्होंने वो chat interface बनाया कि नहीं, because in chat you have to feedback all the conversation history again to let model know what is the conversation. Then only it will keep the context in the chat. So I am not sure कि वो context maintain करता है कि नहीं, but yes, we can check definitely. नहीं, context maintain किया. So it's talking about Android only. So it has the context, but it doesn't respond in Hindi. Actually करना चाहिए. Maybe इसका next model जो है वो support करता है.
Specific question पूछना है.
Android से इसकी बात कर रहे थे. This is what I am talking about. You need to be careful. It tried to answer in Hindi. Android की PM है इंडिया में. Android ओपन सोर्स मोबाइल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम समझ करने की सॉल्यूशन जो गूगल की डेवलपमेंट करने हैं. So it tried, but this is not very good. But we cannot say that it cannot generate in Hindi. तो improvement होगा तो it will generate in Hindi as well. क्योंकि it has the knowledge. Because few words are there in Hindi and it is maintaining the context. एक बार इसको reset करते हैं सेशन को. including Hindi. Yes. Any questions if you want to ask the model right now? I can type it in for you. Okay. So this is the demo. So let's discuss couple of use cases for on-device GenAI. तो word prediction, तो जैसे आपने बोला था कि हम next word predict कर सकते हैं. So word prediction, summary generation, description generation. So आपने एक topic दिया उसके ऊपर description generate किया. Then chat assistant can be but limited. Then language translation is also there. So these are. So आप लोगों के दिमाग में कोई idea आ रहा है क्या looking at this? What all you can do using the on-device GenAI? Accessibility. अच्छा, how many of you develop accessibility compliant app? So accessibility में talkback का feature है. So there you can generate the description for accessibility people. वो भी एक है. ऐसे बहुत सारे use cases है, but we can definitely discuss and talk about the use cases. These are few which I have integrated personally in one of our app. Customer support. But offline कैसे करोगे on device? उसमें on device का use case है. ये सिर्फ these use cases I want to talk about only on device. Locally जो कर सकते हैं. Questions? Any questions?
सर यूनिटी में पार्ट नहीं हो
किसमें?
यूनिटी
नहीं. C sharp.
तो कम्युनिकेशन कैसे होता है?
हाँ वो बात में बताता हूँ. टॉपिक रिलेटेड नहीं, मैं बताता हूँ आपको. There is a channel which you can have.
सेम सपोर्ट iOS में भी है.
Yes.
SDK.
Yes. LLM inference API supports iOS, Android both. But not
What about
supported.
Flutter, React Native?
Flutter, yes. Flutter also. React Native is also there. Web पे भी है. So Gemma models are supported. LLM inference API support करती है. And जो Llama की APIs है. Llama का जो Kotlin stack है वो भी, और iOS के लिए भी उनका stack है. So Llama models, Gemma models support. Gemini Nano not yet. You can connect anytime. Thank you so much.